This week has just been crazy so far. You got Xbox news and then PlayStation news and then Xbox news again. I mean, it's turned out to be a real game of consoles. Let's see what I did there. Hey guys, welcome to the edition of the MashUp, run on all the trade news stories in gaming that you might have missed from the week. Let's get to the news. Well, it's finally here. The Xbox One S Digital Edition. That's right, the Xbox One S that does not have a disk drive. Now, I've already given my 2 cents about this in my Discless World video. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. I know, shameless plug. So sorry. But it's here, it's been announced, and it's going to be possibly released on May 7th. So if you want this console, pre-orders are open now. The console is identical to the Xbox One S with the disk drive. Only thing that's different is it weighs less and it only has 1 terabyte of storage. So currently with the Xbox One S in certain capacities and bundles, you can get it up to a 2 terabyte drive. Now for some of y'all this may not be a big deal, but just keep in mind that the digital edition does come pre-installed with 3 games on it that will take up space. Now they're gearing this around the Xbox Game Pass, so they're assuming if you're going to buy this console, which is currently going to be priced around $250, which I think is too much, they're assuming that you're going to be downloading all your games, and they assume that if you do the Game Pass, you could just basically pay for the subscription and, rent your games. Now, interesting enough about that, the same time they announced this, they also announced that you can get Xbox Game Pass plus Xbox Live Gold for $15 a month. Now, that actually sounds pretty enticing because you get to have all the catalog of games that they offer plus Xbox Live, which you have to pay for to play with multiplayer. So, in some ways, that's actually a good deal, but I think that they're going to have to work on the pricing of this digital edition console because $250 just sounds like a lot. I think right now you can get some of the Xbox One S game bundled consoles a lot cheaper, or just a little bit cheaper, so it makes no sense to have it that way, but we'll have to wait and see what they come up with. And interestingly enough, to kind of rain on the parade of the Xbox One S Digital Edition, Sony released specs for the PlayStation 5. In an interview with Wired, Mark Cerny laid out some of the specs and features we can possibly expect from the PlayStation 4 Pro successor. Those can possibly include 8K graphics with ray tracing, 3D audio, solid-state disk storage, PlayStation VR compatibility, and backwards compatibility with all PlayStation 4 games. Now, the PlayStation 5 won't be released this year. Obviously, this is going to be something that's going to be probably released next year. But given that PlayStation isn't going to be at E3 this year to kind of make a more grandiose appearance and give, more bells and whistles to this kind of announcement, it kind of makes you wonder why they just kind of let it out of the bag. Was it really to kind of put a rein on Microsoft's parade with the Xbox One S Digital Edition? That can't be it. So I'm not really sure what their motive was behind this. I'm glad they released the information, so now we kind of know what we're going to get. But it is kind of like a meh, like here you go. I feel like in the years past, we kept this stuff so confidential and so secretive and hidden and, hush hush. He's just letting it out in an interview with Wired. I'm just kind of like, okay. But let me know in the comments below what you think. Do these specs get you really excited for the Sony PlayStation 5? Let me know in the comments below. But not to be one-upped again, Microsoft has announced that their E3 event date will be June 9th. On Xbox Twitter account, they posted that June 9th will be the day that it promises it will be the biggest E3 presence to date. What big means to Microsoft is still unknown, but rumors suggest that we can expect news about Project xCloud, which would make sense since they're releasing the Xbox One S Digital Edition in May, which goes along with Microsoft's all-digital push. Other suggestions lead to new hardware, which of course would be awesome if it was the next-gen Xbox that they announce. I mean, it seems like, hey, Sony has announced the PlayStation 5, released spec details. Why not have and release, information about the new Xbox? I would want to know that. I'm personally more of an Xbox fan than a PlayStation fan. Sorry to everybody out there watching this that's like, well, hey, to each their own. So, there you go. But like I said earlier, it'd be a great opportunity for Microsoft to get a leg up on PlayStation since they're not going to be E3. And given Sony's past attempt at having their own type of news conference, which would not go very well, I think Microsoft has a good opportunity here to stake their claim and, of course, go for the Iron Console throne. Hey, I had to make some type of parallel because what actually makes sense. Game of consoles, the battle for gamers' money. I mean, let's be real. I mean, Nintendo Switch isn't even on the radar. I know it's going to sell itself, but you have the house of Xbox, the house of PlayStation, the house of Switch, and I'm guessing you're going to have the house of Stadia and the house of Arcade. So that's going to be the playing field for 2019 and 2020. So just get ready for it. Game of consoles. Game of Thrones may be coming to an end, but this right here, this is going to be going on for a while. And it's going to be cutthroat. And that's it for today's gaming news mashup. So if you liked what you saw, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos, make sure to hit the subscription button and notification bell. And I'll see you at the next mashup.